Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing selections and football AI picks for Saturday, the 1st of November. Well, I didn't realise, just let's be honest, how well the football AI predictor is doing. Even though I think it's doing garbage, we're still showing a £40 profit from an original £150 starting bank. So we are currently on £192. So placing 20% of that with the oddments works out to today's stake of being £38.40. And this is how it's going to be staked. Please bear in mind that my AI SOP selected this, and I'm not going to change just because a team might be out of form. I think personally, you're going to see Liverpool have all kinds of odd results this year, but still be in the top four. But I think you're going to see the fans being very frustrated about getting battered, but also battering teams as well. So um, the AI SOP does seem to like to pick Liverpool. So let me get into it. So here are the selections. I shall talk through this very quickly so I can give you the horse racing selections. The horse racing selections kick off shortly after 12 o'clock. So the £15 treble, and this is for three teams to win. So it's a treble. You must place it with a bookmaker that pays out after a team goes 2 goals clear. That's 2-0, 3-1, 4-2, exit as you go. So the teams are as follows. It is Arsenal to win. They aren't a decent price, but it's Arsenal to win, Bolton to win, and Liverpool to win. And that's a £15 win treble. The next bet is forget it says cert over 5.5 goals. Basically, what I did, I asked it to pick three matches out of the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Championship with the highest percent, according to the SOP, likelihood that they will be over 5.5 goals. I'm sure there'll be the 1% of negative people that come out saying, Charlie, uh, it was 0-0. You didn't get over 5.5. Well, yeah, that might happen. Show me your bets before they actually run. So it's a £10 stake. So what it is, as you know, we don't go over 5.5 goals. It's a £7 over 2.5 goal treble and a £3 over 3.5 goal treble. So as I said, it's a £7 over 2.5 goal treble, and the matches are Brighton versus Leeds, Tottenham or Spurs versus Chelsea, and Fleetwood versus Barnet. And then after that is a £3 over 3.5 goal treble, the same matches. Brighton versus Leeds, Spurs versus Chelsea, and Fleetwood versus Barnet. The next the next match. Sorry, no. The reason why I said batch is because I meant match, but also bet as well. So yeah, we'll mix it up. It's a £7.50 stake on the next one, but you need to divide the stake into a Trixie. So basically, pick these three selections. So it is result and both teams to score. That means the team that is picked first, the team that is mentioned first, are expected to win, but both teams must score. So it's result and both teams to score. Man United versus Forest. So Man United to win and both teams to score. The next match is Liverpool to win and both teams to score. And the next match is Middlesbrough and versus Watford and Middlesbrough to win and both teams to score. That is called on the betting section result and both teams to score. What you need to do is pick them three selections and then scroll down to where it says Trixie. And I can't remember how many bets are in a Trixie. Three doubles and a treble. 375. Just keep typing. I can't think. My brain's gone dead. It's something like a £1.50 Trixie, somewhere around there. £1.66 Trixie, somewhere along them lines. It's probably so simple to work out, but I'll leave that with you. So the total stake actually needs to come £7.50. Do not place a £7.50 treble. It needs to be a Trixie. So keep adding the numbers in or the stake numbers until you reach £7.50. And then the next one is a £5.90 treble. It's a both teams to score treble. It is Brighton versus Leeds, Southampton versus Preston, and Grimsby versus Ebbsfleet. So those are the AI SOP selections. So basically, what we normally want is we normally want the biggest stake is on the first bet because it's the likeliest to come up. He says. So let's get on to the horse racing. So here we go. So there's a race behind this bet slip. I think it's the 4 minutes past three race at Ayr, and as you can see, there's a number 11 behind there called Bellally Park. Well, in the end, I've had a 10 pence each way, lucky 63 that comes to £12.60. I had 7 selections originally. I've knocked the Bellally Park off, but I will be having a bet on it if some of these other ones come up because my bet would have been paid out by the 4 minute past three race. I'm not putting 7 selections in because there's no need. Because on Bet365, you can minimum stake is 10p, and it's a huge increase from £12.60. Basically, you're doubling money to £24, I think it is. I'm just going to stick to £12.60. So it's a 10 pence each way, lucky 63. So basically, what these selections are, I've gone for experience. Some of these runners have actually ran poorly last time, but they were running well beforehand. So I've given them the benefit of the doubt. Some of them are trained by Lucinda Russell. I think she's got a right operation now. She just seems to be going from strength to strength. She had a Cheltenham winner. At one point, she used to send runners to Cheltenham and they never used to come anywhere. Over the years now, you've seen her regularly have a Cheltenham Festival winner, always in one of the big handicaps. She's got that Ahoy Senor that seems to. I think it did win at Cheltenham, but I don't think it ran a big race. I don't think it won a big race at Cheltenham. But she has got a stronger team, and I just think all of the majority of her horses are bred for chasers, and there is one today. I think it's Visual Impact that horse was over hurdles, and now I think it will progress further over these fences. So as I said, some horses might be coming off poor performances. Some of them might like the ground. Some have got more experience than others and recent runs and whatever. That's what I've basically gone for because at this time of season, you're actually just clutching at straws. You can look at the 14-day trainer performance, but it, like we always say, history doesn't always reflect what might happen. Well, doesn't reflect what might happen in the future, but it might point you in the right direction, possibly. So let me get into it. So for 10 pence each way, lucky 63. The first selection is Hator at 10 to 1 in the 12:32 at Newmarket. Second run this time, it ran okay. It's John Gosden's horse, trained by, it's John Gosden's horse, ridden by Robert Haviland. And it's just got, there's about 4 horses shorter than this horse. And I think it can reach the frame. Quite a lot of time, you'll see the Gosden horses progressing massively from first run to second run. The second selection is trained by Lucinda Russell. It's Torresay at 11 to 2. This is much shorter than it has been in the past. In the 1:23 at Ayr. The third selection is Esprit du Poitiers at 6 to 1 in the 1:58 at Ayr. There is a horse further down here that last night it was 16th and it's frustrated me all morning. I'll tell you which one in a minute. The next selection is Visual Impact, and that's one I mentioned where I think it will progress over chase fences. Visual Impact is 11 to 2. It's a 2:29 at Ayr. All these selections, they are best odds guaranteed because it's on Bet365 after 8 o'clock. The next selection has had a recent run, and I think it's got a right chance. And it wasn't the one that was 16 to 1, but I bet this before when it won at a decent price, and it was at Doncaster, similar to this time last year, where its last run last year, before the Doncaster win, was only an average one. Well, it had a wind operation this time around, and its recent run was actually a bit more encouraging. I think it'll be finishing the race when a lot of the others will be tiring at Ascot. And I just think Gabriel's Getaway at 14 to 1 in the 2:05 at Ascot is too big a price. It's only 3 places and it's 14 to 1. So this is the selection. Obviously, There were two non-runners, and it was the first and second favourites, I do believe. Odds, I think one was slightly odds on, and the other one was slightly odds against. But I've gone for Tree Top Tyson, who was quite progressive. I do believe it's got the best form in the race. It's 5-1, and it's in the 12:40 at Wetherby. They're only playing two places now, so it looks like there's been another non-runner because there was eight runners. Because I was actually concerned about there being eight runners, and like, it might go down. But it, I hate to say the word, it is, or the expression, it is what it is. But I want to place the bet now, and it is what it is. That kills me to say that. Anyway, Treetop Tyson at 5-1 in the 12:40 at Wetherby. Brian Hughes wrote it last time. Brian Hughes, interestingly, is also on it again when it could have gone to air. But he goes to Wetherby. It's a decent card at Wetherby, obviously. I'm guessing he hasn't gone for Treetop Tyson because Patrick Neville has also got, what's it called? The Wacker. The Wacker something. I can't remember what it's called. Don't matter. I'm not backing it anyway. It's in the Charlie or Chase. But yeah, those are all the selections for Saturday. So I wish you the very best of luck. You can give me a like, I'd really appreciate it. If you can't, don't worry. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.